Hi all. Okay, I used to have these thoughts that before we were born into this world, into our families, we were clean. I'll say we were not influenced. We were clean souls that God picked and fearfully created us and placed us in our mother's wombs. So when we were born into our families, we grew up influenced by the surroundings that we were born into. We were shaped, our mindset, how we think was developed by the surroundings and by informations that we received every day. So who we are is the result of the way we were brought up and from the families that we come from. Who we are, the identity that we carry is was more influenced by the families that we came out from. And then also we were influenced by the informations that we surrounded ourselves with. And so I used to think that just imagine that if I was because I was a clean uh, soul and I was chosen to go to a family because in the Bible it says that before you were formed, I knew you. So the Bible is telling me that God knew me before He placed me into a family. God knew who I was before. I don't know. I can't remember where, but He says in His word that before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. So now I'm understanding that He knew who I was before He placed me into my mother's womb. So the me that He knew is not the current me that you see. The me that He knew, I have to find it. It's my responsibility to find that me that He knows. And then the Bible goes on to say that I alone know the plans I have for you, plans to bring prosperity and not destruction, plans to bring about the future that I hope for. So when we were born into our families, we were the the one that God knew. Sorry, we were the one that God knew. And then we came into our families and we got influenced by the systems that were already in that family. So that so when we were born into that family influenced us. The family that we were born into influenced our mindset, the way we are today. But it is our responsibility to find out who the person that God knows. It is my responsibility. And so I watched one of these Superman's movie when Superman was born. His father on earth told him that you have a father, and he's out there, and he sends you into this world but it is your responsibility to find out what did he send you here to do. That was what the father on earth told Superman. What's his name? Clark. So the father on earth told Superman that you have a responsibility to find out what's your purpose here because your father sent you here. He was having a conversation with his dad, and his dad told him that I am your your guardian here on earth, but your real father sent you here for a purpose. But it's your responsibility to find out what that purpose is for. So if you look in the Bible says that's about Superman. That's the movie. But if you look into the Bible says that before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew and I set you apart. And then it also says that I alone know the plans I have for you. Plans to bring prosperity and not destruction. Plans to bring about the future that we hope for. So when we were born into our families, it's like because of the systems that we're running in that family, it influenced us, and we we totally forgot who we really are and the purpose that we were here for. That's why the Bible says that do not be conformed to the systems of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So once we transform the renewal, we transform our mind. It's like we are removing the patterns that we were born into. But it's kind of hard because these patterns or these systems that we were born into, the body remembers it very well, and it fights against the new system. So it is our responsibility to change that, to change that that uh, that way of living. So when we accept Christ, the Bible says we become new creation. So we can know that we are new creation because we accepted Christ, but then we'll have to train this body to know it because the body doesn't know. The body is used to that it was born into, the systems that it was born into. So it is our responsibility to change the way of doing things. So interestingly, the Bible has a way of, you know, the Bible is instructing us to live a certain way because it knows. And so, like, these are the understandings that I was having. And yeah, I just thought to share that little part. Thank you for listening.